Hello, this is Brian again. So I'm just a little ways up, past that gate. Well, one thing about this little canyon here, beautiful canyon live oak woodland. Oh, you might have heard me mention on some of my videos how canyon live oaks form these multi-trunk thickets that come from a huge root burl. And I always wanted to show you what the root burl looks like of these clonal rings. So this is all from one root system. Here's the evidence. These aren't rocks. These are roots. This is all one massive lignotuber or root burl. So you can see these are not stones. That's bark and roots from these huge lignotubers. That's why a lot of these canyon live oaks look like, as I said in one video, shrubs on steroids. I think is what I called them in one of my videos. I think it was one of the Cedar Canyon hikes from March 2021. I think it was the last clip of that video set mentioned about canyon live oaks forming these clonal rings, and there's the evidence of their monster root crowns. You can call them root crowns, root burls, lignotubers. There's a lot of Rhus aromatica along here. Skunk brush. The next year's flower buds. Those are the flower buds that'll open up in April or whenever. You can refer to that video for more about that poison oak looking plant, which is not what it isn't poison oak, but it's quite a close look-alike. Right now it's December, so they're all leafless right now. So if you see the little tips with those little buds on them, you know it's not a poison oak twig. Poison oak doesn't preform its flower buds. So, it's a beautiful canyon here. Some nice, decent-sized canyon live oaks. It's probably the only place you're going to see shade on this entire hike. I don't expect to be seeing a lot of shade. It's when you start heading up toward the ridge. It's going to be very exposed. Don't be surprised if this is a very long video set. Oh, I thought this was poison oak at first. It looks like it. Let me see. Now this appears to be a California Boxelder maple. Okay, well, I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, Acer Negundo subspecies californicum. Haven't done a spotlight on this one yet. But yeah, I was thinking this was poison oak at first. The leaves on Boxelder maples can look like poison oak. Well, especially when they have 3 leaflets. But a telltale sign, as you can see, the leaves and twigs are oppositely arranged. Poison oak is alternately arranged. They alternate on both sides of the twig. We've got a small population of Boxelder. Okay, well, the botanical interest just went up another tenfold. I did not expect that. I didn't know if Boxelder lived in the San Jacintos, but apparently it does. It's a small little pocket of them. There's another one right there. Mostly leafless, so you're not going to get a lot of leaves to tell by. But at first I thought it was poison oak. The color of the twigs, spot on. But then I looked closer and saw the oppositely arranged twigs and leaves, whatever dried up leaves are left on it. So I had my confirmation there. Poison oak would also be leafless this time of year, except in the warmest areas they might still be shedding their leaves, but this area I think gets good cold air drainage, so most stuff sheds early. There's a lot of coffeeberry, and I've seen multiple subspecies, it looks like, here too. This is Frangula californica. Trying to see. It looks like subspecies cuspidata. The only one I've done a spotlight on. Further down, there are some darker, shinier green leaf ones that appear to be Frangula californica, subspecies californica. So we get multiple subspecies of coffee berries over here as well. So if you're a botanist, professional, amateur, or just interested in plants, this hike is off to a very awesomely interesting start. Absolutely splendid scenery out here. I'm still seeing a hollyleaf cherry too, occasionally. So I wonder how high that's going to come up with me. I wonder if... I know we're definitely probably anywhere between 5,600 and 5,700 feet, so I did see, look like one hollyleaf cherry off in the bushes. So makes me wonder how high they come up here. I think we got more box elders in the canyon there. Now we're starting to leave the canyon bottom, or the gully I should say. So we're going to start seeing more of a shrubby community picking up probably soon. I've seen other people's videos on YouTube about the Cedar Springs Trail. It's always looked like an awesome hike, but it's always much better when you do it yourself. Yeah, we got more Acer Negundo subspecies californicum over here. Yeah, so right there, that deciduous tree right there is another box elder. So I guess this canyon has them. If I remember correctly, I thought I saw a trail, a road near the end of the paved portion of this Morris Ranch Road, and there was a street called Boxelder Lane or something. Now I'm thinking it's quite an apt name for it. Here's some populations of this plant. A lot of animals this morning. Cottontails. Luckily right where I was at that gate, luckily the cattle just went off in the canyon live oak woodland. I didn't know if they were gonna start acting up and getting aggressive, especially there was a little calf with them, so I went through that very slowly. Okay, so looks like we're at another public easement here, so as tempted as I am to go check out that box elder grove down there, I'm gonna not, and I'm gonna stay on the trail, because I think both sides of this is private property, so I'm gonna just stick to the trail. It's probably the best bet. But yeah, that's a whole grove of box elder maple. Yeah, the leaves look more like ash because they're compound. They look more like ash leaves than maple leaves. So one of the common names is ash leaf maple, and its seeds are in keys. Maple seeds are in keys, but unlike ashes, maple seeds are paired at the seed. The wing seeds, or samaras, are paired, whereas ash samaras are singular. Wow. Didn't expect Boxelder maple to be a factor today. And then, got a lot of confusing scrub oaks out here. I know Wayne's Word at palomar.edu and tchester.org. They talk about a lot of the scrub oaks here in Southern California. Very confusing sometimes. It's not confusing because this is an interior live oak right here. Quercus wilsozeni ready for tessence. But there are a lot of scrub oaks here that have very narrow leaves. Some of them look like they might have Mueller scrub oak DNA, Quercus cornelius muelleri. I know that's been vouchered here in the San Jacintos. There, I can see the switchbacks of the Cedar Springs Trail up ahead. That's when we're going to start climbing up towards the ridge up there. Now, depending on how many peaks I hit today, the first one will certainly be Little Desert Peak. Once you get up to the Desert Divide up there, when you get to the junction of the PCT and Cedar Springs Trail, Little Desert Peak is almost immediately to your south. Oh, and we got a type of barberry up here too. Oh yeah, we got a population of barberry. Now my dumb behind forgot to memorize the difference between Berberis pinnata subspecies pinnata and Berberis aquifolium variety dictyota, both of which are native here in Southern California. This is, I think this is Berberis aquifolium variety dictyota, the one with the duller leaves, I believe. I think this is Berberis aquifolium variety dictyota. Berberis used to be in the genus Mahonia. I don't know if Nevein Barberry is up here, Berberis nevini. That's supposed to be found here in Riverside County, but I don't know if it's vouchered in this area, or if this high of elevation. I mean, we're still, I think, a little below 6,000 feet. There we go. Population of barberries. I very rarely see these plants on the trail. Very rarely. In all the places I've been, the only place I've seen this in the wild before was along Middle Peak Fire Road in Cuyamaca Rancho State Park. Not that far up from the junction of Highway 79. But I think this is Berberis aquifolium variety dictyota. If I find out differently, I will most certainly leave a comment or something in the description to that effect. There's a whole population of it here. I wouldn't be surprised if both species are present here, but usually these are not very high growing shrubs. They're usually pretty low growing, almost like somewhat upright ground covers, if that makes any sense. Usually they kind of look like this, kind of like what we're seeing here. I gotta say, it's turning out to be monumentally more interesting than the already interesting hike I expected. I mean, way more interesting than what I expected. I already expected it to be interesting as heck, but this is just like a whole new level of the game. So once I get those Berberis species squared away, then I'll be able to do a spotlight on, start doing a spotlight on them. But I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to conserve some power, at least some memory space, and probably won't be long before I have another video clip coming up. I expect I'm going to probably have a really big series today. I'll see you on my next clip. And like I said, expect this one to be a lot of clips. Like I said, I don't have good editing software right now, and if I did, this would probably be like a 2.5 or 3 hour video. So I'll see you on part 3. We'll see what's going on up that way.